Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a very exciting video. I can't wait to film this video because once I do I can swatch out the beautiful eyeshadows I'm going to talk about today, because I want to show them to you in like pristine conditions, so I haven't even touched them yet. And that is my Cleona new expansion eyeshadows. I picked up the whole expansion. I already had all of the remaining shades, like I had all of the old shades, and I decided to pick up the whole expansion because I'm clearly insane. But I just really wanted them, and they are all stunning shades. I really loved all the kind of tones and shifts and stuff. I mean, obviously again I haven't swatched them, but just looking at them in the pans and seeing swatches online, I really love some of the shades they came out with. I feel like some of them are very unique, but I'm gonna go through everything with you today, and you're gonna be able to see swatches of these in the video as well. I just haven't swatched them yet, but I will film that after I film this part, and yeah, insert clips of all of the swatches. But before I jump into any of that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So this is my Cleona palette right here with all of the expansion shades. This is what the palette looks like. Isn't that so stunning? I just love the tones in here. I just love like the pastel vibes. I love the peachiness, the greens. Yeah, it's just really stunning. And again, the tones this time around is more kind of, you know, they used to really pull me in for some reason. And there's also a few more kind of more neutral shades, I would say, like more kind of wearable Multichromes, which is really nice. And again, I'm very excited to start jumping into these shades, and I'm sure that I will wear these tons moving forward because I literally can't wait. I had these now for a couple of days. I think I've had these for 4 days, and I have not touched them yet because again I want to film this video, but I just haven't had a chance to film them yet. But that is basically what the palette looks like. Before I actually jump into the palette, I also wanted to mention something else that I picked up from Cleona, and that is one of their highlighters. This is one of their fruit lighters, which was in the Emily Violet Marie collab, which was the dragon fruit collection. And I decided to pick up the shade Tropico, which is the kind of lighter version. And this is what it looks like. It has a pink base and a golden shimmer, and it goes to like a green and also like a blue shift. It's really stunning, and I'm wearing that as a highlighter today. Not sure how well you can pick it up on camera, but it's really pretty, and it is a bit glittery, but I feel like it just makes your skin look really like wet looking almost, but it does have a little bit of that glittering. But I just love this highlighter. It's really nice. The other one I think would be a bit too deep for my skin tone, and I prefer the shift in this one as well because it's a bit more kind of warmer. It has that gold shift, as you can definitely see on the camera, and then again it goes into like more of a green blue shift as well, but it's not as prominent as the other one because I think that's mainly like a purple blue shift, which is obviously more cool toned. But yeah, that is the first item I just want to mention briefly before I actually go into the expansion shades. So I've actually organized these shades by kind of type of eyeshadows. So I started with the hybrid Multichromes right here. I moved into the vibrant Multichromes, and then so on. So just, you know, for simplicity, and also be able to swatch everything in the kind of category they're in. So I'm just going to start by talking through kind of the different categories first, and then I'm going to move into the swatches afterwards. So the first 3 shades in the palette right here are hybrid Multichromes. They are the only 3 kind of expansions of those eyeshadows. I think they already had maybe 6 of them before, I'm not quite sure, but around that number. But again, these are just the new shades. Yeah, so they're really stunning. I haven't swatched them, but yeah, I think like for me the standout out of these 3, just looking at them, is the first shade right here. You can't quite tell as much on camera, but it goes from like a pink shift to a green and like a gold, and I know that's Queen's Banquet, so that's a really stunning shade, and I'm really excited to swatch that one out. But the hybrid Multichrome line isn't my favorite, and it's probably one of my least favorites from Cleona, but it's still nice, and it's definitely more, I think, wearable. They are a bit deeper as well, shimmer shades, so if you like smokier looks, I think these would be really nice. But those are the first 3. Moving forward, the remaining 4 shades here on the top row are the expansion of the vibrant Multichromes. I love the vibrant Multichromes I have. There are a bit of kind of variety in the formula of the old ones though. I know, for example, like Throne and the Courtyard are a bit more satiny and not as strong, whereas something like Bloodline or Royalty are very strong shifts. I'm actually wearing one of the vibrant Multichromes on my eyes today in the shade Heirloom. I'm not sure if you can pick up the shift on camera because I feel like in this lighting the shift doesn't always pick up very well, but These look really nice. They all look kind of more sparkly and like impactful than, you know, similar to the more impactful shades on the Vibrant Multichrome line. And again, you're gonna see it better when I swatch it out. But the remaining four, like I said on the top here, are from that line. Moving on to the second row right here, these are the Glitter Multichrome expansions. I'm really excited about these. All of them are very up my alley. I would say the one that I am least excited about is probably this one right here, which you can see as like a very bright blue, but I see it as a purple. It's a very shifty shade again, but I'm probably least excited about that one because it's a bit deeper, and also those blue to kind of purple to blue shifts aren't necessarily what I go for every day. But that shade is etched, by the way, I know that for a fact, but I'm very excited about some of the other ones. I know Adornment is this one here, which looks really nice, and then I think we have Trinket, I think it's this one, looks really nice too. This one, which I think is Embellishment, is also something that is really up my alley. It really reminds me of that shade Electric from the Subculture palette. I think those might be dupes. Again, I have to like, you know, swatch them out and compare, but I feel like that would be very similar, which is something that I've been wanting to look for in the eyeshadow anyway, because I really love that tone. But that is the Glitter Multichromes. Moving on to the third row, the whole third row here is one of my absolute favorite formulas from Cleona, and that is the Deep Iridescent Multichromes. Obviously there's other formulas that I really love as well, but I think this is definitely the one that is most underrated. I love the Deep Iridescent Multichromes that I have because they are very shifty. But if you're someone who doesn't necessarily want like a super deep base, like, you know, something like the Jeweled Multichromes, the Deep Iridescent, I would say, are very shifty, and like similar amount of shiftiness. Like you can definitely pick it up when you're wearing them. I think that, again, they're on the same level of shiftiness as the Jeweled Multichrome, but just without the base, which I love. The only thing I would say with those, if you do like kind of really sparkly eyeshadows, those are more kind of smooth and metallic. At least the old ones. I haven't tried these new ones yet. But yeah, I really love them because they are so shifty, and they're very kind of like, and the formula is also very thin, which means that they look very smooth and very effortless on the eyes. So even though they are super shifty, they are also somewhat wearable, and I love that line. And they have actually added 7 more, so again, this whole row, which I'm very excited to, like, you know, try out. I think you can see even this one here, which is the first one, Saffron. I think you can even pick up the shift on that one on camera. Which is really nice because, again, I'm not always able to show the shift in this lighting here. So that is the next row. So for the next row, we actually have 2 different lines here again. The first kind of colored 5 right here are the expansion of the glitter type Vibrant Multichromes. So that's the same as Regal, which was the only one in this formula, but they have expanded it, like I said. I'm really excited to try these because Regal is such a stunning shade, and like the formula of it is really nice. The shade is a cool tone, kind of purple, and it's a little bit too cool toned for my liking. I would definitely say it's kind of like a blurple color, and it is really stunning, and the shift in there is so strong, and that's why I'm also so excited to try the remaining ones in that line and just play around with the new colors. And then the last 2 here on the end is 2 of the Iridescent shades. Those are an expansion of the Series 2 Iridescent Multichromes. So they have 3 different types of Iridescent Multichromes. They have the glitter type, they have the Series 1 and the Series 2, and the Series 2s are kind of like the more smooth version, but the more intense ones, whereas the Series 1 is more kind of subtle, almost like satiny, and then the glitter type Iridescent shades are obviously more kind of glittery, sparkly. So yeah, those are kind of the 3 types, and this is, again, the Series 2. So moving on, this is when it gets a bit more exciting. I mean, I guess it's like always been kind of very exciting, but the remaining shades here are all from the new formulas. So the first kind of row right here, so this row right here, as well as the first couple of shades on this row, are the Electric Multichrome lines. So there's 12 of them in total, which means, let's see, it's 7 on this row, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's actually all the way up to here. So I'm covering the 2 that aren't Electric Multichromes. So all of those are like this whole row, and then up to there are the Electric Multichromes. They're really stunning. They seem more smooth, not as sparkly as some of the other shades, but again, I'm really excited to try those, and you see how they go. Then we have 2 more formulas to go. So the remaining 2 shades in this column here, so these 2 here, as well as this row, as well as these 2 right here, are all the Earth Vibrant Multichromes. And there's 11 of those. Again, this is a new formula. I'm very excited to try this one. This formula looks a little bit more sparklier, like similar to almost like the glitter Multichromes. So I'm excited to see how they go. There is one here that is more kind of satiny, but the remaining of them are more sparkly, especially compared to the other new formula, the electric Multichromes. So again, I'm excited to see how they compare, and you see kind of how those formulas perform, because again, I haven't swatched them. Then lastly, the last 4 eyeshadows here in the palette, these more kind of pink tone ones down here, are the Pearlescent Multichromes. So again, that is a new formula. They released 4 of them, and they are very similar, all 4 of them, but they all kind of have different shifts to them, slight different shifts, slight different nuances. 2 of them look a bit more kind of smooth, which are the 2 kind of outside shades, and the 2 in the middle are a little bit more sparkly, at least just from looking them in the pan. But that is what the new palette looks like. These are all the new shades, and without further ado, I'm going to pop into the swatches. So here we have all of the Cleona eyeshadows again. I'm going to go ahead and swatch these out by formula. So we're going to start with the hybrid Multichromes, which are the top 3 right here. So here we have the first 3 shades. The first shade here is Coat of Arms, King's Feast, and Queen's Banquet. Next up we have the expansion of the vibrant Multichromes. So from here we have Coronation, Reign, Monarch, and Topiary. So we now moved on to the second row on the palette, and we have Flare, Adornment, Trinket, Etched, Flagstone, and lastly Embellishment. So here we have the next round of swatches. We have Saffron, Auric, Lapis Lazuli, Cerulean, Citron, Viridian, and lastly Cerise. Next up we have the glitter type vibrant Multichromes, and first up here we have Court Jester, Duchess, Diadem, Empress, and Noble. Next up we have the 2 new Series 2 Iridescent Multichromes. We have Radiance and Lucidum. Both of these have a really strong purple shift, but it's really hard to pick up on camera. I'm doing my best to show the shift, but they're not showing up very well in this lighting. So next up we have the electric Multichromes, and there's quite a few here, as you can see. These are 12, and these are a new formula from Cleona. Let's just go for them in order. We have Oreo, Hilt, Rayonnant, Mural, Niello, Cinder, Motif, Emblem, Tessera, Flash Glass, Signet, and Quest. Again, these are super shifty, but it's hard to show on camera. So we are on to the Earth Vibrant Multichromes. This is another new launch from Cleona, new kind of shades and everything. So let's go for them in order. We have Royal Pear, Statue Garden, Royal Peach, Climbing Vine, Bronze Fountain, Hedge Maze, Iron Gate, Royal Plum, Cobblestone, Wall of Ivy, and Estate. So we have come to the last set of shade and last new formula. This is the Pearlescent Multichromes. We have Scepter, Baroque, Palace, and Renaissance. So there we have all the swatches of the new Cleona expansion. I'm so excited to have these colors in my collection. They're really stunning, and it's definitely like, they have a lot of shifts. Like, it's really hard to capture on camera, but I have a mirror up here, and I could really see the shifts. Some of them almost have rainbow shifts. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can work on getting better kind of lighting so that I can show the shifts in an upcoming video. But yeah, it's just hard with my setup in this flat, because I basically have even lighting throughout the whole flat, which makes it really hard to show the multichromes because you need kind of different type of light sources. But yeah, this is the swatches. I do really recommend you go check out Angelica Nyqvist's video. She has done swatches of all the Cleona eyeshadows, and she has, I think it's called like swatching all Cleona eyeshadows, Cleona stained glass eyeshadows or something like that, part 3. That is the expansion range. So if you're interested in seeing more of swatches of these, go check out that video because it's very helpful, and she's very good at capturing the shifts as well. But these are all such stunning shades, and even like stuff like these that look very neutral here and might not have looked like they had many shifts on camera. Some of them are more neutral, but like this one for example had a green, blue and almost purple shift, with like some goldeny tones to it as well. So you almost again get some sort of like rainbow shift in this one. I will say as well the electric multichromes are very shifty, as well as the glitter vibrant multichromes as well. But that is it for the swatches, so let me just pop over to old me to wrap up this video. So those are all the swatches, and that is basically it for this video. I'm so excited to have these. I'm gonna play around with them those in the upcoming week. I can't wait to wear these on my eyes. Again, I haven't swatched them myself yet, so I can't see how they perform, but hopefully you can see all of the beautiful shifts and things in my swatches. I am planning to do a comparison video to the existing line as well, and like you know, across different ranges, across different formulas, because you know they have so many shades now. I think they released 53 this time around. No, 54. They released 54 shades this time around, plus 2 shades they reformulated. They reformulated CL as well as what's that, a shade, a Glacier's Mark. So those 2 they reformulated as well, so they launched them with this collection. And then on top of that, I think they have, I can't remember, like 90 shades or something like that. So I think they have almost like 150 shades now, which is quite a lot. And you know, I obviously have them all, but you definitely don't need all of them. So I feel like doing a comparison video would be helpful, but I know it's also going to be a lot of work doing that, so it probably will take a while before that comes out, but I'm hoping to do that soon. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this video and all of the swatches, and let me know if you have any questions about any of the shades down below, or if you want any recommendations for me. I again also want to do like a top 10, maybe 15 eyeshadows from Cleona at some point, but that's also going to take a while because I do want to play around with these new shades, as well as wear all of the shades on my eyes to see which ones I prefer. But yeah, that is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and otherwise I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.